There's just like sleeping outside or whatever.
It happens.
What's up, baby?
Okay. So there's a few things. It's either going to be Rochelle or Allison going up tomorrow. And I've given this a lot of thought, and I want you to know that as a person, I ultimately, legitimately, genuinely really like you. Like, I think you are a stand-up guy and like sweet as hell, and you were there to help me with my crutches, and you kept your word to me with Ica, and I really truly respected all of that. And I wish that we would have gotten closer from the start in this game, because I feel like we could have done a lot of really big things. And it kind of makes me sad that I didn't make that leap, that I had gone for Ica and gotten screwed over and kind of lost my chance. But okay, I'm going to say a few things, but I just want you to listen, okay?
For sure.
So tomorrow's POV, I thought about everything that you've said, but I have to put you on the block tomorrow.
I kind of figured it was coming.
And I know that you did, but I was trying to find ways around it. I've talked to everyone, and I talked to you, but you're the biggest player in this game right now. And I'm a little girl. Like, I don't stand too big of a chance if I have such big players in here. But I really like you, and I would love for you to be in that jury house, because I think that you would make it fun and that it'd be exciting, and every time that you talked about it, it was the same way that I felt about it. But it's just that you're too big of a threat to me, and I have to do what's best for my game.
It's respectful.
But I wanted to do it this way because there's still a POV. And you had said that if anything, you just want to be able to fight for it.
Absolutely.
And I want to be able to give you that opportunity. Even though I'm HOH, I'd love for you to be able to fight for POV.
I absolutely respect that. I kind of knew this was coming. And I know you're totally going to do, I mean, what's best for your game. That's what you're here for. I don't really know where your logic is for me being the biggest threat and being, a genuine, trustworthy person when I'm, giving you my word about something. And I feel like you're being led that way by people who have done nothing but lied and cheated and tried to vote you out, swore on their clans, swore on their families, swore on everything. So they're willing to do. And again, I'm not going to sit here and attack your decision. I really do respect that you're telling me this right now. Thank you, really. But I don't understand your logic for me being the biggest threat for your game when I'm telling you I want to work with you, and like, if I stayed here, I wouldn't come after you and want to work with you. So I just don't really get it, I guess.
It's a very hard concept. It took a while for me to get. There are some of these people in the house that kind of really upset me today. And they're people that I always thought that you were kind of closer to, that had thrown out your name and Sarah's name, which I never really expected. I expected yours, but I didn't expect Sarah's. And I didn't expect yours coming from certain people. I would have expected John's or Adele's, and I didn't get that, which kind of made me upset, only because, well, let's face it, friends are actually really hard to come by in this place, right?
Totally.
But ultimately, after...
Can I ask you who said it?
Well, Rochelle.
I kind of assumed that as well.
Sabrina.
That kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
But
Rochelle threw out your name Sabrina threw out your name, not Sarah's.
Yeah.
But I don't really talk to Sabrina very much besides winning HOH, and I don't really talk to Rochelle besides winning HOH. And I know that Rochelle was trying to save her ass and say put Mumsy up instead of me as a pawn, but ultimately,
so
I don't
if
find that
the people that I'm apparently supposed to be close to are willing to throw me under the bus so much, and Sabrina has already slighted you once and is willing to slight someone else again, wouldn't you be more afraid to keep someone like that in the game than someone who is basically being blown away right now that don't have anyone to work with, but is still strong enough and willing to work with you?
People still love you being here, and people still want to work with you, but they needed names for me to throw out, right? And like, I know how the whole HOH thing works. Like, make sure the heat is off of yourself,
totally.
and make sure it's on somebody who you could either A, save, or B, you're not close to. And I think ultimately they know that you're a strong competitor, and they know that there is them to take you off of the block if they win POV, and then that you could even take yourself off the block for POV. And like, there's some things that I can't say that are the reasons why I ended up having to pick you. And I feel really bad for that. I do feel really bad for that.
Well, I mean, it's
but it
your
doesn't
game.
change it, and it's still my game. But it's a lot harder to tell someone that you're putting them on the block than I thought it ever would be.
I kind of expected it all day, so don't feel bad about it. I'm glad that you're telling me.
That is one thing I definitely wanted to do. Like, I do respect you that much. I want you to know that, because it sucks really bad being on the block and not knowing that it was coming. Like, I had an idea when Rochelle did it to me, but she never told me. And I had begged her to tell me, and she never did. And it hurt 10 times more.
Totally.
And I would never want to hurt you in that kind of a way. The only reason I'm doing it is for game. It's nothing personal.
I really don't think it is. So I'm completely cool with it.
Okay, good.
So like, if you're putting me up on the block and it's purely for game, that's fine. You consider me a threat, but please don't do it and sort of indication from anybody else, especially from someone like John, who has lied and thrown you under the bus a million times. Adele has tried to vote you out already.
I know.
Who Netta is John's right-hand man and will do anything and everything. Like yesterday, like, John swore to me on everything that he would never throw my name under the bus, that he wants to work with me, like, since he has since day 3. He's just switching back and forth from side to side, and Adele would literally do absolutely anything. We know that since day 1, basically, from all the different groups he's gone to. So I just, if you're honestly considering me the big enough threat that you need to put me on the block, I can accept that. But just please don't go on the recommendations of people who will throw you under the bus the first chance they will get if something else better comes along.
Of course.
Because I literally am giving you my word, that I will not come after you in any way, shape, or form for as long, 2 weeks if I can. Obviously, that's a long time ahead, but I mean, I don't really have anything else to offer you other than safety if I stay. And even if I do go, or somebody does go, the numbers are still not on their side for next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for somebody to be HOH now, and then to be going on recommendations for a side that won't have the numbers for next week.
Yeah.
Obviously, something like this week could happen again. I mean, they could chance it, they could take it, and then it goes from there. But the odds are that somebody from this side is probably going to take it, and then it's game on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd kind of be fucked.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you specifically would be fucked, but I mean that side, because I know John is a huge target. As soon as I go, John is the next biggest target in this house.
And I know that.
So he's going to be gunned after. So that kind of dwindles the numbers even more, kind of thing. But like I said, if you're putting me up there as a threat to your game for whatever reason you think it is, I can respect that, and I appreciate the heads up.
Of course.
Cool.
Thank you for being so good about it, Kenny. I really appreciate it.
No worries, baby. It's a game.
Yeah.
All right. Sleep tight.
Thank